Hello, all of my lovely singles out there in internet land. This is Neptunifish Tarot. Thank you for stopping by the channel. So, I'm going to start a brand new series today, and this is for singles, and that would include anyone who is perhaps in a separation and wanting a message from spirit about what they can expect or what actions they might take to bring the one that they love back to them. All right. So specifically for singles, though, who are just putting it out to the divine, their intentions, their desire to have a divine partnership, right? This is understanding that when we ask the universe for what we want, we can expect to receive that. And so I'm going to ask Spirit today to give us advice about all of those things. And I just wanted to let you know these are the decks I'm going to be using. So for tarot, the main deck I'm going to use is Ethereal Visions, Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes. I'm going to clarify with the White Sage Tarot. And then we're going to use 4 different oracle decks. You can see Divine Feather Messenger by Allison D. Nicola, The Oracles of the Fairies by Karen Kay, Whispers of Love, Angela Hartfield, and then Alana Fairchild's Kuan Oracle. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the decks, and when I return, we will get into your reading. Thank you. All right, Scorpio, I got all your cards shuffled up and laid out. So yeah, let's just sort of get right into the message. We have the overall energy. There it goes. As this Queen of Pentacles, and we had 2 cards come out, and the 6 of Pentacles. So Pentacles, right? This is, I think the message for you, Scorpio, is you recognizing like what is possible to bring into your physical reality. This Queen of Pentacles, she is obviously a feminine, first of all, right? A feminine energy. So what does that mean? A receptivity. So there's part of the message is, Scorpio, for you to be able to allow, right? A divine partnership that you're desiring to sort of come to you, right? So less masculine, less doing and forcing and manipulating and imposing your will, right? Like there are need for both of these energies. But I think that the message here is that you have to come within yourself to this energy of alignment, right? So in order for us to attract that divine partner to us, so what is it that we need to do? That's the question. What do we need to do? The Queen of Pentacles, she's very nurturing. She's very, and all the things, Scorpio, that you are, right? There has to be an equal give and take. There has to be this understanding and this belief that the universe is the resource that's going to bring this partnership to you, right? So first of all, there's an acknowledgement, okay, that it's on its way, and that you're like a Queen of Pentacles, right? This is the most, I don't know, I think she's my favorite queen, right? Because this is somebody who is just very comfortable in her body, in her physical environment. She's at home. She's welcoming. She is welcoming in the energy from the universe for this partnership. And this is understanding that you see the scales of justice, right? Once you come into an alignment, into a harmony, into a balance within yourself, Scorpio, then that divine partnership, which is also going to be in an alignment and in a harmony and a balance with you, is going to be brought to you. So there are a lot of themes just with these two cards. I could really go on. There are really a lot of themes about sort of like surrendering to the divine on this. That's just your overall energy. So let's get into the message. We do see the Emperor and the Hierophant. And so this is where we start. And then we go into Judgment and the Magician. So boom, 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 boom. 4 major arcana right at the very beginning. It's a big message. It's a big ask, Scorpio. There's a lot of questions for you. Have you been disbelieving, right? With this Emperor and this Hierophant? Are you really willing to rethink, to reevaluate, to judge again how it's possible that this person, right, this divine partner that you're waiting for, is out there? Have you even considered that there is such a thing? I mean, do you really even believe it with the Hierophant, right? Like, are you willing to reconsider, to learn, to believe that it's possible to bring this thing into manifestation, and that you have the ability, Scorpio, to do this without being this Emperor? I mean, you don't have to bulldoze your way through. And not everyone who comes your way is meant for you, right? And that does take some judgment. And so it's kind of circling back and rethinking and looking again at something. And so who is the Emperor, right? I mean, this is the daddy, right? But this is also stability. So as it applies to you, Scorpio, it's like coming into the stability of understanding within yourself, right? That in divine timing, your divine partner is on the way, right? You do have the ability to manifest this person. But it's not all going to be by the hands of the Emperor. It's not going to be by willing it into being alone. There's a spiritual component here. There's a spiritual component of sort of releasing the process, right, to the divine, to spirit, to source. And so this is you coming into that place. Let's keep going, because we have this 3 of Swords, right? So you may be currently in a real state of heartbreak. You may be in a real place where you're reflecting back on past disappointments. And you may be questioning hard what is possible. I mean, how are you going to, Page of Wands, be inspired to move past all of this? And so we see you at this time really, really kind of stuck up in your head, right? Getting stuck with the 8 of Swords. Maybe imposing these limitations on yourself. And we see this real need with the Hanged Man to sort of suspend all of this overthinking energy, right? To, again, tap in to the divine. The Hierophant and the Hanged Man is very, very telling pairing. This really, really, truly is tapping into trust. This is you releasing the need to control how this is all going to unfold. And it's interesting. Let's look at the second row. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, we've got the Eight of Swords clarified by the Hanged Man, going into the Hanged Man clarified by the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Swords, going into the Nine of Swords clarified by the Four of Pentacles. So you can see that the cards want to come out in this order because they're doubling themselves. And so with a double Hanged Man, that really is you being in a pause. That's really you taking a step back. And, with a Hanged Man, you're like, okay, well, what does that mean? I guess I would ask you, Scorpio, what is your spiritual practice, right? Do you have a routine of sitting in stillness, and asking your spiritual team to show you what it is that you need to know? Because clearly what Spirit's message is on the board today is Eight of Cups and Nine of Swords. You releasing this emotional attachment to just overthinking the whole thing. I mean, if let's kind of just go into like 101 here, right? Like whatever we think, thoughts are things, will become our reality. If we think that it's not possible, that there even is such a thing as a divine partner, then really that's just a self-fulfilling prophecy, is it not? It can't come to you if you can't even begin by opening to the possibility of that happening. And then to find ourselves stuck in the Nine of Swords, where the 8 becomes the 9, where this is really causing us a tremendous amount of pain. We see a tremendous amount of mental anxiety here and ruminating on the past. And so the Hanged Man in the center of the reading under Judgment is a very clear and a very strong message, my Scorpios. This whole subject matter, this whole topic is up for review for whoever this message may be resonating for. Because I'm here to tell you that, you are the magician. You are the author and the creator of this whole reality, of this whole thing coming in. At the bottom of the deck, you had the Lovers and the Knight of Swords. And so, yeah, here's the message. Here is the message, is that the divine has your partnership waiting for you. And all that's required, Scorpio, at this time, what was the question I asked the cards this morning? What does Scorpio need to do to pull in their divine partner? That was the question. This is taking action to release these mental prisons. Rethink, reevaluate, spend some time healing, spend some time in communion with your own internal guidance system, with spirit, with source, asking for help, believing what is possible. I would even go so far as to say, if you're not already practicing gratitude, I would start very simply by each morning before you begin your work to just write down 3 simple statements, pen to paper, about what it is that you're grateful for, about how, like, here's some examples. Spirit, I'm so grateful that my divine partner is on the way. I can't wait, for that to unfold. I believe that it's happening now, right? I believe that it's on the way. All good things come to me. I expect all good things to happen to me. Envision yourself as being in the partnership. The partner is here. Imagine yourself in a place where you're walking away, you're walking away from this kind of energy, and you're ready to begin. You're ready to begin anew into a place of balance. 4s are always about, the word is eluding me. It is balance, but there's a better word for it, right? Stability, I guess, is the right word. Until you can find yourself confidently in a place where you have the inspiration, you've tapped in, right, to source for the guidance, and the anxiety is replaced by inspiration, and you start to come into an alignment within yourself where you feel, the strengthening again, where you are ready to judge the opportunity in a new way, with new eyes, with new thoughts, with a new heart. It's coming. The universe has it. So let's go into some of the oracle messages we had from the Kuan oracle. We had this Gates of Heaven. Let me see here if I can find card 12, Gates of Heaven. Here we go. All beings have an ultimate spiritual destiny of happiness and freedom. Let me read that again. All beings have an ultimate spiritual destiny of happiness and freedom. Beloved Kuan Yin shines tireless compassion upon all life to this end. Yet sometimes attachments, lower vibrational beings, entities, and elementals become frightened of divine love and believe they will do better to hide in human energy fields instead. This blocks progress towards liberation, where human beings and lower vibrational beings can pass through the gates of heaven into peace, bliss, and homecoming to the spiritual source of all life. Sometimes we need to help beings find their way to the light. They can get attached to earthly energies, people, places, or things. Like trying to enter a forbidden city, they attempt to reside where they should not, within the light of the human energy field, rather than progressing spiritually on their own through the gates of heaven into a higher consciousness of bliss. Sometimes this happens because although the journey can occur to the consciousness of the lower vibrational being, it doesn't seem possible. You may consciously sense attachments or spiritual presence that is not of highest vibration and needs to be released from your energy field. Oh my gosh, you guys. You might feel angry, tired, depleted, or not yourself sometimes. And this may be because of old energies that you need to release that do not belong to you, or even from energetic influences that are not a natural part of your energy field and can be released for the greater good of all involved. The healing process below will help you even if you are unaware of the intricacies behind why you are feeling the way you do. Okay, I'm going to read this, Scorpio, because I think this is really central to your message. You may have just done a clearing, in which case this oracle is confirmation that it is working. Or if you have recently lost a beloved, this is confirmation that they are passing through and are at peace, but could benefit also from your loving prayers to help them on their way. This oracle may also indicate a psychic skill that you have in helping non-physical beings find their way into more peaceful consciousness. If you feel this may be the case, you would perhaps benefit from seeking out training from skilled practitioners. I'm going to put down in the description box a healing that's here. I think, Scorpio, you may benefit from actually doing this healing. There is an actual like visualization and prayer and all this stuff down here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in the description box for whoever is feeling like this is a situation that resonates for them. You're going to want to take a look at that. Yeah, because look at right next door. Ask for help. What do you really need? And be willing to accept support. Yeah, I would say, again, refer to card 12, Gates of Heaven, in the description box. And then we have Lost and Found. What was lost is about to be found thanks to the Lost and Found Fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So yeah, I mean, I really feel like that's the Hanged Man, you guys. It's like you're just coming into this knowing maybe for the first time. Maybe you've been wondering for a while, like, what in the world is going on here? Like, why can't I get out of this funk? Why can't I seem to like move into that phase? But I think that this is a phase of learning. All of this is a phase of learning. And then finally we had the Loon and the Oriole. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in, and a new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. This is kind of a big message, Scorpio. I'm not about to sugarcoat that or say that anything that came out in this reading seems simple or easy or anything like that. But I just want to reiterate that I feel like you have some really powerful help and assistance that's available to you at this time. And so I would encourage you to seek proactively to get that assistance. And that's it. I'm going to leave it here. Again, please do check out the notes to get the free meditation that comes along with this oracle. And I will see you guys on the next one. Good luck.